I showed property, gave keys to my clients, and
Oh,
then
that's
had some
awesome.
fun. I try to have a little bit of fun too.
Oh,
So,
that's good.
how about you?
I played soccer yesterday in the morning.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was finally, that was like, well, some time to breathe.
Yeah, good.
And then in the afternoon, I got together with Sergi, the photographer guy,
Oh yeah.
to go shoot my new listing over here in Camarillo. So that's what I was doing in the afternoon. On a Saturday, I went to visit a friend of mine. She owns a ranch over here in Salmis. Oh, and Brandon, we were talking about, she actually asked me, she said, hey, when are we going to do another tequila tasting? And I'm like, you know what? I said, thank you for bringing it up because I was going to hit you with that one. And
There
she's
you
like,
go.
well, let me know the date. Let's put it in the calendar. So I'm like, oh, I got to talk to my homie, Brandon.
Yeah, I don't know if my liver can handle it, bro. Since it's stay-at-home order, man, I need to start my AA classes because it's been bad, bro. I've been drinking a lot of beer. The belly's getting there, It's like it's been good times. So gotta find a way to cope with all this, right?
That's right. Hey, any way you can.
Yeah,
We got to get through it.
for sure. No, man, it's been good. You seeing things pick up, or any good things happening, Silver, just on your end?
Um, I got let's see. I might have another listing coming
Cool.
too, from another referral.
Nice.
So yeah, it seems like um, I was talking to one of my past clients too that he might move and for a larger home.
Cool.
So
Nice.
that's that. So yeah, I see things are starting to pop up here and there.
Good. Good. Well, that's good to hear, man. And Leslie, you're doing good too. I know
Doing good.
my dad
Yeah.
said he was talking to you, and it sounds like you got a few things happening right now.
Yes. So hopefully I have to call someone that I door knocked like a year and a half ago. He might want to list his home now,
Awesome.
based on your dad's call. And then hopefully a mobile home. I mean, I have one of the pro leads might be selling their mobile home in Simi Valley. So I'm going to see if how I can help her out,
Good.
Yeah, it's going good. Some activity happening. You know what? I've been getting calls.
Grab that call if you can.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, this is Rita calling back again. I just spoke to you a couple minutes ago.
Yes, hi Rita. How's it going?
Hi. Hey, listen, I didn't mean to sound rude to you. I just don't like dealing with agents. And, I know I was kind of curt with you, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
If you have anything that's in Ventura that you think that sounds sensible, for an investor, I do real estate to make money, not not for pleasure.
Okay.
So
definitely, I will let you know as soon as as soon as I get something. I know you're looking to work with a listing agent, so if I get a listing in Ventura, I'll let you know about it.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to call you back, and thank you for your effort. Okay.
No problem. Have a good day, Rita. Thank you.
All right. You too. Bye.
Cool. See?
Yeah, no, this morning I wasn't going to share about it, but
Oh, come on, don't be hiding.
just like let it all out. She was rude, but it's okay. Like, it's okay. I get it. Investors, sometimes they just want what they want, and that's it. So
how did she start the conversation, or what was it?
She just wouldn't let me talk. She'd like cut me off, and she's like, I just want to work with listing agents. I don't want to deal with this. You don't even know the area. It's Lake Arrowhead. And she was just going off and off. And I said, well, if I do come across any good deals, I can definitely let you know. Right. At that point, there's, you can only help them so much. So, but yeah, I'll keep her in contact.
For sure. But, no, it's, so some of that, what you got right there, some of that friction that you'll get is, when I used to do Zillow leads, they would do the same thing, especially if it was on a particular type of property that they were really hoping to get a hold of the listing agent. And when you do Zillow, you're a premier agent, so you're advertising on somebody else's listing, right? You're not the actual listing agent. It's very misleading, and people get upset about it. And same thing with these internet leads, right? They call on a particular property. They think you're the listing agent. When they find out that you're not, and you're asking questions, especially if they can tell that you really don't know the area or you don't know about the property. So this is where we practice, and I hate saying it, but you got to practice being kind of smooth at just, just handling these weird situations, right? And so some things I'll say is, well, I'm not in front of my computer right now. Tell me a little bit about the property, right? I'm on my way to an appointment, but real quick, tell me a little bit about what you're doing. So you flip it, take control, get a little bit of information. Well, once I find out, I'll get back to you. What time do you want to see it? And then I'll find out from the sellers, right? I don't have to say I'm finding out from the listing agent. I'm just saying I'll find out from the sellers when would be a good time to see it. So, what are you hoping to do? So I just jump right into it. You got to transition. This isn't your regular call where it's like, oh, tell me what you're looking for. It's not, you have to be able to pivot. And when you catch attitude like that, the first thing you say is, hey, you called me. I didn't call you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to help you out here, but obviously I'm not who you're looking for. Wish you the best of luck. Get off the phone. Don't play their game. But she obviously felt bad about how she treated you and called you back. So when you get that, you just continue to use that leverage. Sometimes that guilt or whatever you want to call it can be used to your advantage, and then you just get whatever information you can. She's probably not somebody you want to work with or waste your time with anyways, but it's practice. Remember, the more difficult they are, the better you're going to be, because sometimes people start off like that and they're some of your best potentials, but they're kind of testing you and seeing how you handle yourself. And if they like you and they start, they're like, you know what, you're a really nice person. I would like to work with you. I'm sorry I was acting like that. You never know what can happen. So, but definitely don't take it personal. It's her issue. You just got to find a way to kind of flip it, not be mean about it, but just, kind of put them in their place when you need to,
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's true. Leslie, I don't know if you have heard this story. I think I told her once already. But I took a listing like that over here in Camarillo when I was door knocking.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So
rude? Like they were rude to you at first?
Or? The guy actually told me to fuck off from his property.
Okay.
But if that wasn't rude, I don't know what it was.
No, that's the ultimate rude.
Yeah, I was walking in a little pathway to the front door, and he was sitting in his couch, looking to the outside. I couldn't see him, but he could see me because he had like a screen door, right?
Yeah.
And I just hear the voice say, "Hey, turn around and get the fuck out of my property." Right? And I was like, and what I said is like, my apologies. I didn't mean to interrupt your free time. I say something to that effect, but I apologize. I say, you know what? My apologies. I didn't mean to bother you, in the comfort of your home. And I just turned around and I was walking back out. And then he came to the door. He opened the door and he's like, tell me, what are you selling? He's like, you got 5 minutes to tell me what you're selling.
Jeez, and demanding.
Yeah. And so I turn around and like, all right, so now I got time to talk, right?
Right.
So I turn around and I go, I face him, right? And I start talking to him. I say, hey, listen, I'm not selling anything. I can sell your house if you let me. But what I'm doing is I'm prospecting. I'm looking for new clients, anybody who's interested in buying or selling property. I'm a real estate agent, work with Century 21. I was working with Century 21 at that time. It was like just the started of my career. And I say, I live in the neighborhood, and just live down the street over here and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, so, and I told him, I say, I bought a house over here. So now he knew I wasn't just anybody. I have a house.
Yeah.
I own a house just like you. You know what I mean? And I didn't take it personal. So I keep talking. 15 minutes later, we're still talking. And he started asking me all the questions about, so what the prices on the houses around here? So, what do you think? What do you think I can get for this? And he's like, come here, let me show you. Right? And he showed me the house and everything. And then he's like, why don't you come back next week and then and bring me, all the comps and everything. And he's like, I gotta take off, but I'll be back next week. So why don't we get together next week? Perfect. The following week, I came in with the CMA and everything, you know, listing presentation and the contract. Boom, took the listing.
Perfect.
Sold the house. You know, if I would get pissed off the first time, he say fuck off.
Yeah.
I would get an attitude. I would have, like Brandon said, I would have lost that deal right there.
No, it's true. It's good to keep your cool. And you know, one thing I've noticed is sometimes you don't even know what those people are going through. Maybe he's losing the house. You know, I mean, I don't know if that was the case. I'm getting another call, guys. Let's see if it's a pro agent call.
Damn.
Hello?
This is CBS.
Nope, not a pro agent call.
CBS is calling you, huh?
CBS.
Have you been going over there to buy some liquor?
That's what it is. You know, it's time for me to go buy some liquor.
They're telling you about the good deals.
Let's go tequila tasting. I'll bring some tequila.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, no, I know what you mean, Silverio. It's like, you know, who knows why some people are just in a bad mood. And if you can kind of like bring that wall down and with your mood, relax them, and then be able to have that conversation, it's huge. So, and it paid off for you because
it did. I was like, you know, and there was one time that actually a guy even called the police on me one time.
Wow.
Door knocking. They called the police on me. You know.
Easy.
I went around the block, and then when I turned around, I saw this police car coming, and like somebody called the cops on me, you know. And the cop came around and he stopped and it's like, hey, what's up, partner? How you doing? I'm like, doing all right. How about yourself? I said, I'm just working, you know. I'm like, I'm a real estate agent, and he's like, oh, really? He's like, may I see some ID? And I'm like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
You know, and then he told me somebody called and say that you know you were door knocking, you know, and you know they didn't appreciate it. And I'm like, I'll tell you who that was. I just had a conversation with you know with another guy like that.
Yeah.
I said, well, that gentleman over there with that Jeep is.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't tell you that, but I said, no, he's the only one that came out really aggressive with me. But I said, I didn't go into the house. I walk away, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, I had to give my license, and he checked the license and like, all right, you're good. You know, I'm like, what the hell?
You know what it is though? It's good when you're starting to get kicked out of places because that means you're actually working. You're working and it's fine. You know, it is what it is. I've been kicked out of like gated communities. Like, you can't be here. You got to get out of here. I'm like, okay.
Leslie, you know, before I forget, you know what? Another thing to have when you're door knocking, it's good. I mean, have you joined the Chamber of Commerce or Ventura or Camarillo or Oxnard or anywhere?
No, but what I did get my license to be able to door knock. I just don't carry it with me, but I should.
But you know what? What I found out is that when you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, you got credibility with you.
Oh.
Because there were some times over here in Camarillo that was door knocking, and you know, I would say they would like wanted to kick me out as soon as they opened the door, right? And then I say, you know, good morning. You know, my name is Silverio Martinez, and I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce. When I say that, then they want to listen to what I have to say.
Okay.
So I do my spiel.
Oh, good.
They're like, oh, you know, we're not interested right now, but great, you know, and you know, just I don't know. I felt that people actually were more friendly when I mentioned that hey, you know, listen, I'm a member of the Chamber of Commerce, so they know that my business are legit business, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, I'm a realtor and whatever, but they don't even know this guy, you know, whatever. But when you say you're a member of the Chamber of Commerce, they're like, okay, we know what's up, you know.
No, that's good. It's always good to be a part of the community.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know, that helped me a lot. You know, so just throw it out there for you.
No, I'm just gonna step out. Silver, just please continue the training. You got this under control. I'm gonna be good. No, you're doing. I appreciate what you do with Leslie, especially with your experience with door knocking. I know you've done a lot more than I have on the door knocking, and Leslie, that's her bread and butter right there. I know she's foaming at the mouth, can't wait till she can
Love
get
it.
back to there.
Yeah.
Start knocking. So and what's awesome is you've done a good job keeping in connection, or just keeping a good database of all the people you've talked to over the last couple of years. That's going to pay off huge. And that's what happens with a lot of this, at least from what I hear from people who door knock on a regular basis, is it takes usually a couple of years before you start seeing the fruits of your labor, right? All the people that you met, and think of how much better you are now than you were when you first met those people. So now if you reconnect with some of these people, I guarantee probably 25 to 30% of them are thinking about selling right now.
Yeah.
So now's the time that you want to get back to it. So you got to get to them before Silver does or before somebody else does, right? And it's really the first person who gets face to face with them is going to have a strong chance, if you know your stuff, you know, in terms of being able to connect and tell them the reason why they may want to consider doing it now before the rest of the competition gets out there. So
let's go door knocking together.
Yeah. It's more fun. It's more fun when you have a couple of people. By yourself, it's brutal. It can get brutal. So.
No, I know. And sometimes, you know what? It is fun when you go with someone else, because you kind of reinforce positiveness with each other.
Right. There's been days, I'm not going to lie, there's been days where I'm like pulling my ear, like, just do it, just go do it, because, you know, you're missing out, or, you know, you want to quit sooner, but don't quit sooner. Just keep doing it. So I know what you mean. Going door knock.
What I do is I decide how many houses I wanna door knock, and I'm like, I'm not leaving until I'm done with this.
Good. Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes I'm freaking sweating and everything, but I'm like, all right, one more, you know, until I'm done. I'm like, and it feels so good when you're done and you're like, oh, I spoke to these many people, you know, you take notes and stuff like that. And it's to me, that's how I started in the business. I used to do door knock every day.
Good.
You know, so it's and I like it because you get out of your comfort zone, because you meet so many different personalities. You know, some are cool, some are like really fast, some are like, you know, all lazy, you know, calm and whatever. So I mean, it's like a training on how to talk to people.
Always.
How to use their tone, how to use your tone of voice when you're going to talk to someone that is analytical, or, you know, what's it called? The other one?
Amiable.
Yeah. You know, so it's good training.
Yeah. No, it is. And I think,
and the more you do it, the better it feels.
And I think you're right, because there's been times where things don't go the way you want them to go, or want the whole situation to go, but you live and learn. And the next time, the next door always gets better.
Yeah.
Every time you door knock, the next door is always better, you know? So I know it's great. So we'll see when they open up, and we can't, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for going out there right now, but I'll door knock and then walk 20 feet away so I can talk to them. That would be great if I could do that. That'd be great.
No, the best thing right now is, if you can, if people are open to it, try to meet with people face to face, because people are starting to come back out. So you can go to restaurants again. You can go to little things. You can, as long as you feel comfortable and you don't feel you're compromising anything. You know, I don't try to just kick it with anybody, but, you know, there's two different, I went to a diaper poker party over the weekend, all Navy guys, and it was a great network. It was actually Rosie Wilcox, the C21. I mean, she started with my parents. I recruited her to C21. She hit me up, you know, not too long ago about what we're doing at Veteran Home Services. And she's like, you need to come. I was like, sure, I'll check it out. So I went, I think it was Saturday, and it was a great time. And then everybody was cool. And then the second, they're like, what do you do? And I told them real estate. They all wanted my business card. And I felt bad because, you know, Rosie's hosting the party. These are her neighbors. And they all want to talk to me because of Veteran Home Services. And I just told us, see, you know, it's like, there's no effort. Right. I was like, there's no effort. Literally, just the second I say Veteran Home Services, these guys are all military. That's who they want to work with. They don't want to work with C21. They, you know, nothing against C21. They don't want to work with anybody but somebody who recognizes what it is that they do. I just told her, I said, you do not understand how powerful and how easy it is right now. And believe me, I don't think I have one client that's a veteran right now, but we just opened our 4th escrow, and it's just easy. It's just coming together so easy right now.
Good.
And she saw it, and she doesn't even want to do a whole lot of business because her husband's doing well. So she's good. And, and I just, out of respect for her, I was like, I gave one card out at the very beginning because I went to high school with the girl. And so her husband wants to get in real estate. So only because I want to plug him in with my dad, that's the only reason why I gave the card out. Well, the other people saw that card, and the master chief came up to me, and this dude's been in 26 years. And he's like, I need to get some business cards from you. And I just told him, I said, I don't feel right giving it to you. I added him on Facebook so we can still connect, right? But I didn't want to just be handing out cards to every single person in there. But I'm telling you, if I set my own poker party up, and now that I know that group, it's for the take. It is so easy. And so what I recommend doing is hosting little gatherings, whatever. The tequila tasting that Severio's talking about is perfect, right?
Nice.
Just people want to get together right now. They've been built up. They haven't been able to. And now people are feeling comfortable with it. So the more you can do that, if you do that once a week or every couple of weeks, you're going to do well. Thursday, we're doing the home buyer workshop. I'm going to interview Tyler Chan. So he agreed to doing it. So I'm going to do that on Thursday, and it's going to be the first time I'm interviewing a client. So that'll be interesting. To be honest, I don't have the time for it right now. It's just nonstop, right? And there's other people that I need to get. There's 2 people I need to find houses for this week that are ready to go. So one, we wrote a couple offers. He wrote low. We're countering. But there's so much action that's happening. So I wanted to be upfront with both of you. I need to dial back on all of this. So I can stick to this once a week. If you guys like Mondays to start the week off, I'm good with that. We can try to I'll start at 9 o'clock if you guys want to keep it at 9. We'll do the training even if it's kind of a catch up like we did, and you guys were talking about door knocking, anything that's going to help you with the business. That's the point of doing this, right? But I'll have definitely an hour that I can commit. Sometimes I may not be able to get on. I'm going to try to do the 9 and then stay on at least till 10. And then if the 2 of you want to keep making calls, please make calls, keep making your contacts. If I can stay on, I'll stay on. If I can't, like this, I between inspections, everything, disclosures, I got to go over at 5 o'clock. It's just crazy right now. And I don't have the assistance that I need, so it's, I thought my sister-in-law was going to assist me, but her husband's still tripping on the COVID. So so Danielle and I are trying to do as much as we can, but I'm not blowing up my business to where I need it to be, and people want to do stuff now. So it's a big time right now to help out buyers, big time to help out sellers. And we got to have that urgency on the phone. When we talk to anybody on the phone, now's the time to get them excited. Rates are super low. 2.75 for a VA loan just got locked in, 2.75. So under 3% on VA. And then conventional, still like 3.25%, 3%. You can buy it down even lower. FHA 2.75. You're paying mortgage insurance, but you got rates in the low 3s right now. Even high balance loan, which is usually high cost, is at 3.25 with no points. And that's a high balance conventional loan with minimal money down. So high balance, again, is anything over 510 for the loan amount. So these are all the things that I'm talking to Jason. Jason and I talk almost 4 or 5 times a day now. It's crazy because of the different people that we're working with and who we're talking to. So it is white hot. Now's the time to see, we need to make up for the whole year right now, and we don't know how long it's going to take. If there's another spike of this whole COVID and it comes back and they shut crap down again, you can't be sitting on your butt thinking that, oh yeah, well, it's good, I need to go enjoy myself. No, now's the time to work. Now you should be working till late at night and then waking up first thing in the morning. So I'm running on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, but it's okay because I'm working. So I don't care. It's like, if I got work to do, if I get an email at 11 o'clock to write 2 offers, I'm writing those offers. You know what I mean? So you got to be flexible. You got to work after hours. Now's the time to step up and do what needs to happen. Take every listing you can take because there's no inventory. Even if it's overpriced, take it. And then get your price to where you need it to get to. But don't be picky about listings. Take the listings and get the inventory. But the buyers right now for me are gold. Buyers, I'm working with all the buyers, and this is just a sphere. The leads I'm not even doing. I have one lead that I saw come in that I went to high school with the girl, so I'm going to call her up in just a second. And but other than that, I gave you both a bunch of leads right now. So I'm going to cut this down to once a week for me is on Mondays. Again, if you two want to do your own calls, you guys still set those up. Silver's already taken over the Toastmasters, so he's doing that tomorrow morning. I won't be a part of that, Silver, so best of luck to you, man. Have fun with that. Friday, go ahead.
I was actually going to mention the Toastmasters. I don't know if I can keep going with it, only because, you know, I have so much going on. But I was just going to say that. Yeah. And then the mastermind group is staying alive though, right?
Yep. Yeah. Still doing that on Friday. So I like having a Monday and a Friday because that still keeps, those are two important days. Monday to start the week off, Friday to get ready, have the strong mindset right before the weekend. So I actually like that Monday, Friday morning.
Okay.
Still work. I'm not spending as much time as I was, but we have to adapt with what's changing right now. This is about making money. As much as I love doing all this and it's been awesome and I appreciate you guys' dedication to it, I don't want to stop it. I want to keep it going. But at the same time, I want all of us to be cranking at full capacity. And I don't want to just neglect this. But when we got to get to, when we have to make the changes, we have to make the changes. You know? Right. And we're all dedicated to success. And that's the whole point of this, is to keep our skills sharp. I'm going to tell you something real quick because I just got off the phone with Augie this morning trying to work out the tent job. So Augie's a termite guy, right, with One Stop Pest Control. I met him through Vicente. We had a deal. Actually, you and I did the co-listing firm. Remember? Mm-hmm. First time I met him. So that we were talking about that. He just told me, he's like, I'm going to see Vicente later on today. And guess what Vicente's been doing for the last few months? And this stays between us.
What?
Nothing. Zero. They stopped working. The whole team stopped working. He's like, I haven't had a call from him at all. Augie's seen me already at like 3 or 4 different three properties in the last like week or 2 weeks. He knows that we're picking up and he's just like, dude, he's like, they don't have not a single person they all went on unemployment. They all took the time off and just chilled.
Wow.
That's what they've been doing. Look what we've been doing for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
We've been working. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just showing property, but we're working on our skills. We're working on our mindset. We're game planning. We're ready for this. Right. We're already, if one of the top teams in the county has been sleeping for the last 2-3 months, what do you think everybody else is doing right now?
Same.
Exactly. Same. There's only a few people working that I know of. And this group right here is a big part of that. So you can't let that go to waste. You got to capitalize now. It is not difficult to put it together. It's not very hard to convince somebody right now to go out and check out some properties. Right. It's not hard to do all the things that was hard to do 2 months ago. So you have to beat everybody else to it. And this isn't to talk negative about anybody else out there. This is about the advantage that we have on this call right now because we've stayed in. We've kept our mind sharp and our skills are sharp. So it's time to seize it. So if you're not already doing it, you should be game planning this whole week and the next few weeks. I mean, we got the virtual workshop. I don't even want to do the workshop because there's just so much going on, but I'm going to do it because you always have to get new leads. You always got to get new prospects. You always got to be getting. It doesn't matter how many deals you get. I don't care if you got 15 escrows. You got to keep generating because it doesn't always stay like that. And if you seize and get as much as you can and always keep that mindset that you're always prospecting and always pulling new leads, you'll never have to worry about business again. It will always continue. And now's that time that we need to seize it. And I see what you're doing, Leslie. I see what my sister-in-law, Brittany, she just got an offer accepted. She finally hit me up and she's like, Brandon, what do I do? And I sent her the email that I sent you, Leslie, the one that I've gotten 2 offers accepted off that email. Yeah. And I sent it to her. She modified it. She got her next offer accepted in a multiple counter. I got an FHA accepted over 5 offers against a cash offer, all higher offers, all higher conventional, and I got ours accepted. FHA over everybody else. So I know it's working. And you just have to know what people need. You got to know what the issues are. You got to know what the concerns and the challenges and the games that are being played by agents right now. And you got to go hard on every single offer that you write as if, look, this is it. Let's talk real talk. We're going to get it done. We're not going to play these games. These guys are pulling all this crap. They're writing high. They're going to ask for a ridiculous credit. They're going to do all this stuff. So you lay that story out for that agent to see and for that seller to see. You sell yourself to that agent, and you're flexible with that agent. And if you do that, you're going to get your offers accepted. Mm-hmm. So that was key. So she just popped hers after they lost out on like 2 or 3 properties. She finally calls me up, and I said, hey, I've been waiting for you to call, you know, because I'm helping you out. I'm, you know, Danny's killing it right now. Danny Munoz, he just took another listing over at Seabreeze. He wrote on a 1.4 million. They're countering on that. And then he's got, Jasper, the one that I backed out of, he sold it. So he sold the Ventura, and then he sold it even better than I sold it. He sold it like 40,000 under asking, because those guys are seriously motivated right now. So he got that one at like 638. I was in escrow at like 660.
Wow.
So there's opportunities out there right now for people that are motivated, that have been trying to sell for the last couple months. Mm-hmm. So there's so much good stuff that's happening. He's got like 3 or 4 popping right now. And then I know there's more than that as well, but it's just crazy what's happening. It's when it's my parents, they just wrapped up the last one. I was like, you guys are good. I said, we're working, you know what I mean? I was like, you guys just answer our questions, make sure the files are complete. I said, you're good. I said, that was the reason why we're doing this, why we're trying to build this company, you know, so that you guys don't have to be out there trying to grind your 20 plus transactions a year. You know what I mean? Do 10, 15 and you're good, you know? So it's pretty exciting to see how it's coming, but it's that synergy. And my dad actually, he talks about, he wants to do a meeting this week. So they're going to coordinate something. We'll all get on the phone together, or Zoom or something like that. Okay. So that's kind of the pep talk. That's just what's happening. I hope it's, I hope it just kind of it's all about focus, right? What are we going to focus on, and how are we going to be just very effective in what it is that we're trying to do? Any questions or thoughts about that before we jump on some of these calls?
I do have something real quick. So would you say it's really important to just have everything organized too in your business?
What do you mean?
That will help you be as successful and quick to act as possible?
What things do you need to organize? What is it you're talking about?
No, I mean, like, okay, like you were saying, your leads, right? Having a rotation, right? To call them back like we do with ProAgent. Same with procedures and the process, right? So if a buyer is looking to get, for example, get a deal, right, on a property, these are the things that you can bring up during that time. You know what I mean? Just having everything organized so that you know which card to pull out when you need it.
So you want to keep 2 buckets, like Mike Ferry said, bucket A, bucket B, right? Bucket A are people that are ready to buy right now, buy, sell now. So the key in this business is you're always prospecting, you're always talking to new people. Right. But people that are motivated, that have already gotten pre-approved, that have already done a buyer consultation with you, that you've already taken those steps with, and you had that talk, hey, if you're committed to me, I'm committed to working with you, and they're calling you about properties, that's bucket A. So those people, you need to be on a contact with them almost on a daily basis. Right. No less than a weekly basis, right? And constantly be calling them and, hey, did you see this property? Are you interested? Are you doing it? Those are the conversations. So 80% of your time has to be money-making activities. Right. So more of it, instead of in terms of saying you got your systems in place, it's how good are you at staying in. So when we prospect, we put our feelers out to everyone, and we're trying to see who's motivated, who's not motivated. And some we're just planting seeds because they're going to be 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road. And that's okay. You put them in the CRM, you put them in the drip campaign, you set them up on a Flex MLS search and do auto prospecting, right? Where they keep getting their listings. Whatever it is that you want to do, Top Producer has a CRM. So that's something that you can do to keep it on there. And then it has reminders and automatically can send emails out. They got a whole list of emails and campaigns that you can send out. They also have market reports. There's something that they have on there that's big with that. So there's all these things you can do with systems, but to be honest, I'm not spending time with that. I'm spending time with people who are motivated right now. Yeah. My job is to find the motivated person, meet with them face to face, show them property, or do a Zoom call. Zoom has made me very efficient now. So now I don't have to worry about traveling. I can do it from my home. They're at their home. And then I spend 30 minutes to an hour with them. That's my moneymaker. That's my listing presentation. That's my buyer presentation, right? And it's doing it all from home. So when I set my calendar is huge. So you should on Sunday be planning out your whole week. So while I was waiting for, you two to hop on here, I'm looking at my big calendar on my desk. I'm looking at my daily calendar that I have right here, right? I'm looking at my phone calendar that I need to update. So it's 3 different calendars, and it's a pain in the butt. But the more I have my calendar on point, now every day I know, okay, I got this and I got these on the next 2-3 days. Well, now when you have multiple escrows, it's like, okay, today's my day for this person. Tomorrow's my day for this person. The next day is my day for this person, because I can't be on call for every single person every day. So even a vet sent me a text, hey, can you remind this client of the disclosures that need to be signed? And in my head, I'm like, no, I'm not going to. And it's not that I don't want to help a vet out, but the second I send that person a text, guess what happens on my Sunday? Now they're going to blast me with 30 questions that I don't want to spend the time with, because I got to stay focused on putting my Pine Terrace deal together, and I'm already in a multiple offer situation.
Right.
So you have to be protective of your time. You got to know who you're engaging with, but you have to still stay in touch with your clients so they feel like they're the only client. But part of that is I'm only going to start engaging when I need something and it's time for me to do something. So I have inspections set up for this client on Sunday that I'm talking about is tomorrow. So at 12 o'clock, I'll meet with them tomorrow. So I just told Yvette, I said, hey, Yvette, I'll reach out to him on Monday, right? Because now I can select my admin time.
Right.
But the most important time, and even this training time is important, but to be honest with me and what I'm doing with my business, I'm doing it to help both of you out as much as I can. If I can help motivate, inspire, whatever, that's what I'm trying to do. So this momentum just starts spreading with everybody and we all just start getting after it. That happens, it's worth the time I'm committing to it. If the two of you don't do jack shit, excuse my French, after we do this, this is a waste of time. I'm not here just to try to be friends and make let's all feel good. No, this is about kicking ass and taking names right now. And we have to protect our time, because if we don't protect our time, we're not going to get done and we're going to miss out on opportunities. So your money-making activities is 80% of your time. 20% of your time is your admin, which that admin, just to put in an example, Wednesday's the day I try to take off for myself for a family day because I know I'm working nonstop every other day. Wednesday, my family day, I'm doing admin work from probably 6, 7 a.m. in the morning till 2 p.m. That's why I need an assistant. And literally all I'm doing is setting freaking appointments for the deals I've already opened. So I didn't prospect. I didn't find any new business. I'm doing a bunch of stuff that I should have delegated to somebody else. And I don't want to put it all on my wife because she's taking care of our 3 kids, right? But that's how important it is. So when you talk about getting a system in place, you got to have Yvette. You got to have eventually, right now you need to prospect, get as much business as you can and just get that all rolling. But eventually you're going to need some assistance. You're going to need somebody who can help you manage your admin so that we can do where we're going to get paid the most money. Meeting people, solidifying contracts, having those conversations, right? And being able to open escrows. That's the money-making stuff. And when you can set your team up around that, you're going to make a lot of money and always stay busy, right? But if you don't do that, you're going to spin your wheels on one deal and spend all day trying to, what about the termite inspector? What about this? Well, let me call the termite company. Let me call the client, see if that works for them. Let me call the seller now. You made no money in that time. You already opened that escrow. And now since you're coordinating all this stuff, you're burning your energy where we should be training, coaching, on a call, making calls, putting business together. Right. And you have this energy for maybe, if at most, if you're good, maybe 4 hours in a day, right? That's if you're good. If you're not, then maybe you got an hour to 2 hours of peak time. And if you're spending that doing admin stuff, you wasted your peak time to generate the business that's out there. And there's people that need our help right now that are working with people that really have no business being in this business, but they know them and they're a friend or whatever they are, or they've been sleeping for the last 3 months because they collected unemployment. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So it's not trying to knock on any of that. I just, I don't know if that helps or not. It's what I've learned and what I've seen. Yes, sir, Silver.
You speak French?
Do I speak French?
Uh-huh.
Oui, oui, poupou. Parlez-vous français? What's up, man?
No, I say that because you said, excuse my French. I'm like, oh, that fool speaks French too.
Jean-Charles don't lift out of class, bro. Hey, I took
no, that was
French.
Brendan, that was great information. Thank you. It keeps us on it.
I'm not trying to help the comedian out in the top left corner of my screen over here. This is for you, Leslie. And if he picked up an idea or two, then that's good for him. But no, it's the same thing I'm sharing with you, Leslie, is the same thing when I coached Bernadette, when I coached Judy, when I coached all the agents that I saw them increase their production. It's the exact same thing I'm trying to help the two of you focus on right now, because once I saw that, then I knew for myself what I needed to do for our business that I wasn't doing in the past, right? We always did enough. We always did enough to kind of keep things going, but you still had your highs and your lows, right? You still had your good months and then you had your bad months. I'm tired of that. I want to get ahead and I want to thrive. I don't want to survive. I want to blow this thing out of the water. And if we got a chance, the whole playing field just got reset. The whole market share is up for grabs right now. You want to be a top agent? Now's the time that you need to step up and handle your business. Not just talk about it. You got to do it, right? It's your actions. So you're doing those things, Leslie. When Severio decides to come join Veteran Home Services, he'll be doing the same thing as well. But, in the meantime, we'll just wish him all the best and show him that, we're kicking ass and taking names. So. But no, man, you got your listing coming up, so you're doing all right, Silver.
Yeah, we're all doing pretty good.
It's all right. I'll handle it.
Do your thing, bro.
Silver.
I got to keep, just like you used to talk about my French, I'm gonna talk about your real estate, bro. Come on. Too good. You're too good to be playing with the amateurs, bro.
I wanted to ask you, since you brought that up, the Toastmaster.
Yeah.
Is there a page specifically for that, or that you run that out of the mastermind page?
No, we never created a separate one. So yeah, because it wasn't formally created. We did it, and to be honest, I was just trying it out just to see who would buy into it, and it's good. I definitely see the potential with it. It's just the time right now.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So I'll just communicate with people through the mastermind group then.
Yeah, and if I were you, I'd create a private group page, and then just invite whoever you want to invite to it. That way, it just gets easier for people to talk, coordinates to keep it organized.
True that.
Maybe a good idea. All right, good change of information there, Severio. What do you call that? I don't know. I forget what it's called, but it's like when somebody's going down one path, it's like, hey, wait a minit. What about Toastmasters? Yeah, let's talk about Toastmasters right now. No, I'm tired of the heat. I want to get out of the kitchen. So, hey man, I'm always gonna push you, Silver. Not just to join Veteran Home Services. Like I said, I joke with you. I know you're gonna figure that out on your own, in time, right? Some of us are a little slower than others, so some take a little bit longer to figure out.
Yeah, Leslie jumped the ship real quick.
Was that a bad move, Leslie? Are you regretting? Okay. It's all right, right? Yeah. Okay. You're doing all right. Yeah, watch when she rolls up in her new Bentley, bro, and then what?
I do like cars. I don't know. We'll see.
All right. So it's already 9:51. We can start making some calls. So like I said, so it's just going to be Mondays for the pro agent calls now. Okay. Friday will be the Think and Grow Rich. And then Silver's going to do Toastmasters on Tuesday. So if you want to be a part of it, that's still 3 different training sessions that you get: mindset, skill set, all the skill set. And then Toastmasters is another skill set about communicating, right? So awesome things there. Anything you guys got with the leads in terms of needing help with? Or are you guys feeling pretty good about it?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay. Do you need to role play it, or are you feeling okay on just hopping on the phone?
I can just hop on.
Cool. All right. So let's start making some calls. I'm gonna call this Star. Her name's Star Moon. So I saw that name come in. That's a unique name.
Oh my goodness, no, I can't even speak. I door knocked her.
Do you know Star?
I know her.
Okay. So you door knocked her. Well, let me try to call her. I'm gonna try to get her set up for Thursday, the virtual home buyer workshop. So let's see what happens.
She's renting right now and looking to purchase.
Hi, you've reached Star. I'm unable to get to the phone right now, but if you leave a message, I'll call you back as soon as I can. If this is in regards to an appointment, please leave a message stating what service you would like done, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks. Have a great day. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, good morning, Star. This is Brandon and Danielle Ramey. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Just wanted to reconnect with you. Actually, it's interesting. You registered on our website, VenturaCountyShortSales.com. That's actually my website. And just wanted to reach out to you. We're doing a home buyer workshop this Thursday. It's a virtual workshop, free workshop. We've taught the home buyer class now for, I want to say, the past 20 years. My dad's run it in Ventura County. I've taught it myself personally for the past 15 years. And awesome class, and we're doing it online. So it's just a Zoom password. If you're interested in checking it out, it's going to be at 5 o'clock on Thursday. I'm actually interviewing one of my current clients who's a new homeowner just to talk about what's happening in the market today, which is very important to know. If you're even thinking about trying to buy or sell in the next year plus, it'd be great to know what's happening in the market today, because we're dealing with some very interesting changes, and it's actually a great time for buyers and for sellers, which is very rare. So would love to speak to you, kind of get an idea what you're looking to do, but regardless, love to connect with you. This is my cell, 805-815-1327. Hope you and your family are doing well. My youngest brother, Ben, actually just moved into town as well. And I know he had Coach Moon when he was playing football in high school. So hope you all are doing well. I see your family on Facebook, and you look very blessed, and would love to connect with you, Star. So just give me a call when you get some time. My cell is 805-815-1327. Talk to you soon.
Perfect.
All right. Well, we'll see if she calls back.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So I sent you both a bunch of leads, good leads too. So, thank you guys for being on this today. And, that's hopefully going to be plenty of leads for the week. But obviously, if you can run through them right now, I'm going to stay on for at least 15 to 20 minutes. If I can stay on longer, I will.
Okay.
I have some texts. I'm going to be handling, some of this admin fun stuff that I love to do, right? As you can tell. So you guys just make your calls if you're good with it. I think that's probably the only one I'm going to make on the Pro Agent, but I want to help you guys out. And then Leslie, are you going to have it on speaker on your phone, or do you have it on that earpiece?
It's going to be on speaker now, but
okay. So just be careful when you're on the phone. We'll just lower our voice or mute us or drop it down so they don't hear us.
okay. Or I could do what I've always done.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, then we can help you out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they don't hear it that way, right?
Right. They don't hear it. So
Cool.
let me do that actually.
Okay.
It's really helpful when you can kind of give me pointers. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's helpful when you can give me pointers and they can't hear it.
Sounds good.
Okay. Okay, let's go for it. I'm starting with it.
How much work is needed, and 2,000 square feet and larger.
So 2,000 square feet, and something that you said. How many bedrooms? How many bath?
3 bedrooms.
3 or 4 plus 2 or 3.
3 bedrooms for sure. Yeah, anything 3 or more, and preferably 3 bedrooms, but.
Correct.
I'm sorry, 3 bathrooms, but sometimes it's not working out. So I guess at least 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms.
Correct. Okay, perfect. And the area that you're looking for, you say West Hills?
West Hills, Woodland Hills, certain parts of Northridge, below the 118 freeway.
Got it.
Don't want to be close to the gas.
Got it. Like over there by Porter Ranch?
Quarter Ranch is close to the gas. Yeah,
oh yeah, you're right.
Preferably not.
Correct,
Yeah.
you're right. So West Hill.
I currently live in Northridge, so hopefully away from. That's why I'm trying Woodland Hills or West Hills. I think probably West Hills, but it looks like there's no houses on the market right now. Everything is really low on inventory.
You know what? You're right about that. Our inventory is kind of low right now. But I do know I might have a house
Please leave your message
ready to sell in Woodland Hills. And yeah, price will be around, I would say around about 800,000, somewhere around there.
Mm-hmm. When is it coming up? Is it right now? I can look at it.
You know what? They're fixing it up right now. And I was talking to my lady, and she mentioned that she wanted to sell it, so she's remodeling the property before she decides to put it on the market. But let me find out what's going on with that piece of property. And you say that your price range will be between 700 and 800,000?
No, eight, and well, it depends if it's already hopefully fixed. Eight, nothing higher than 850, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the lower the better, because there's always something you need to go in there and do. Obviously, I mean, the ultimate would be something below 800, but it just depends. If it's not in livable condition, we're having to go up. I mean,
correct.
But
but
nothing more than 850.
Right. And you know what? You're right about that. It's there's always something to do in the house, even though if it's ready, sometimes you still have to change the colors and flooring sometimes, or the bathrooms. Sure. But yeah, well, let me see if I can find you something that maybe it needs a little bit of work, but then that way you buy it in a cheaper price, and then you can put your own touches, which it adds up equity right away once you fix it.
Yeah, well, it's just for our home to live in. So can I have your name and number? I apologize, I have a meeting to get to.
Oh, sure. My name is Silver Martinez.
Silver Martinez?
Yes.
Okay.
And my phone number is 805 233 2347.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, please call me back. I mean, if there's something that's coming up and if we can negotiate and buy it before it even hits the market.
Perfect.
What area is it in? You said Woodland Hills?
Woodland Hills, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And I know you mentioned that that's an area that you are considering too, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Alex, can I have your email address?
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's long. My husband's is easier.
You know what? I might have it over here on the on this.
What do you have?
Yeah, let me see. I'll tell you right now. And BERANTERIASSIAN at yahoo.com.
Yes.
Perfect. Well, then I have it. I can let me see what I can find for you, and then I'll shoot it to you in an email, and then okay. we'll take it from there.
Thank you so
All right.
much. I appreciate
it. Thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate your time. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye. Brandon, did you hear that?
Yeah, nice job, man. Yeah, that was good.
800 to 850.
Yeah, good lead, man. Good first connection.
Yeah, let's see if we can continue that.
So I'm saying, man, people they're out looking. That's why they're hopping on the websites looking for.
Yeah, you know what? And that was you know, she was very um she was nice, you know. She's like, "Oh, I'm doing good. How about you? How you doing today?" I'm like, "Great." You know, it was good connecting.
Yeah. Been sitting in this chair like at an angle for the last week, dude. I'm feeling it like on the side here. I'm feeling it on the back. It's like I need to get in. I was supposed to see Dr. Bates today, but had to push it. I was on the call with Augie this morning. So sounds like
yeah, he's good.
Yeah. Leslie's muted, so I can tell she's talking.
She's on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's cranking. Much needed, man.
Yep.
This is Rita Hamilton. Can I help you?
Hi, Rita. This is Silverio Martinez from Century 21. How are you doing today?
Oh, good. Are you?
I'm a realtor.
You're the listing agent for what?
I got a property listed over here in Camarillo, but are you looking for a property?
No, in Camarillo.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Oh, God. See, that's what I should never do is sign up for anything and on the online, you know.
Okay, so you're looking for.
Look at my name.
You sign up on our website.
Yeah, but not for Camarillo.
Yeah, probably not. I saw that it was on Lake Arrowhead. You're looking to buy something over there? Yeah. Okay, well.
And where are you? Sorry?
I was gonna say my apologies. I don't work that area, but sometimes people do inquire about properties, and sometimes they're moving into town or stuff like that. So that's why I reach out. I understand.
And where are you? And you're in Camarillo. Do you have any in Ventura?
I can find you something in Ventura. I don't have anything in Ventura, but I can find you something in Ventura.
No, it's impossible. I want something for $200,000, and not in Ventura County, but in Ventura, the beach town.
Oh, you're right. That's going to be impossible.
What? I think Lake Arrow has a better deal. I'm not sure, but I'll see.
I think so too. Right. Well, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Okay.
You have a great day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.
Is this the lady that you guys just called?
Who?
Rita?
Oh.
No?
Not me. I called Star.
Leslie? Did Leslie took that call?
I don't know.
Rita, the lady from Lake Arrowhead?
She's on the phone. She's still muted, so I don't know.
No, I know. But I think that's the call that came in this morning, that lady that was rude to her.
Who knows? It could be. That's funny.
Yeah, because her name is Rita, and she's like, are you the listing agent?
Yeah.
I was like, well, luckily I do have a listing right now.
Yeah. Before next time you say the city and commit to the city, just say which areas are you looking in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ask the question first. Get her to open up, and then you'll be better. You won't be reacting as much. You'll be getting the information first. You know.
Yeah, because then it becomes that she's asking the questions, and I'm just telling her what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever asks the questions is in control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So real quick, you just say, oh, so you registered on a website. Let me ask you what it is, what areas are you looking in, and then see what she says. But that may be the same one she talked to. That's funny.
But it was good. It was a good transition when I say, oh yeah, sometimes people, because she's like, well, if you're over there, I'm not looking over there. Well, some people like, I call them because some people like to move this way. So, I'm like, oh yeah, it makes sense.
Uh-huh.
But Leslie's on the phone.
I have good news.
What?
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I made an appointment for Wednesday, a virtual appointment.
Cool.
With a lady that's selling in front of my mom's neighborhood in Reseda.
Oh, that's awesome.
Like right in front. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
There's already
I just have a little homework to do.
Yeah, one appointment set right there though. That's worth it right there. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Leslie, who was the person that you talked to this morning that was rude to you? What was her name?
Her name was
Rita?
Renee. Let me see. Rita. Did she call you?
I called her.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How did she treat you?
You know what? She was nice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the reason why I put it together is because she's like, what listings, are you the listing agent?
Yeah.
And so I figured, that was the lady that talked to Leslie this morning because she wanted to work with the listing agent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
She's looking to buy something an hour ahead, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is, but that's, so you got a little taste, or not really, but it's cool. It's cool. It's interesting. I think it teaches us a lot on how to react on things,
Yeah.
and I'm grateful for that. So that's good.
Sure that. Well, congrats on your appointment. That's good.
Thank you. I just have to make a couple notes and get on it, do some research. Okay. Are we gonna keep calling or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 15 minutes or so. I'm just sending a couple emails out. So just, keep doing your thing. We didn't hear your last conversation though. It was muted. So it's all right, but now it's unmuted. So yeah, just set another one. You're on fire. Get another 1 or 2 for the week,
Sounds good. Let's set the bar high. I'm gonna try to make 2 more appointments.
Silver is already connected with 2 people on 2 calls. You've already talked to 1 good one, so that's already 3 calls. People are picking up and they're actually engaging in conversation. This isn't like the previous weeks. So just keep plugging away. This is on certain days, like when it's hot like this, you just got to keep calling and set as many appointments as you can, because tomorrow may be a different kind of day. Right. So if you do that all this today, you're good for the week. You don't even need to set appointments the rest of the week. Now you're prepping for attending your appointments. So that makes sense?
Yes, sir.
It makes sense.
Cool.
The person you are calling cannot accept calls at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience this may cause.
Follow me.
Hello?
Hello, Aggie?
Yes?
Hi, good morning. This is Silvio Martinez from Century 21. How are you doing today?
Good.
Great.
What can I do?
Just calling to follow up. We saw you sign up on our website looking for some properties to buy. Am I correct?
Oh, I was just looking.
Oh.
Yeah, not in the market right now, but sometime.
Okay, perfect. When will be that time? When can I reach out to you and maybe you can tell me what you're looking for?
Well, right now it's kind of not a good time to be buying a new house, so I'm just looking. I like to look.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But if you
follow up with me in like 6 months and see where this COVID-19 is in 6 months, and
Yeah.
I'll know a little bit more then.
Got it. Just to let you know, I come up with across some really good deals sometimes. Would you like to know about it if I come across something good?
Sure.
And what's your ideal home that you're looking for? So if I find something and say, well, this might fit your criteria, what would that be?
Okay, so it'd have to be a single level.
Okay, single story.
And 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3-car garage. In Camarillo.
Okay.
Or Somis.
Ooh, do you like that area? That area is pretty nice too. Camarillo or Somis.
No HOA.
No HOAs. Okay.
Yeah, and ideally it should have solar.
Okay, that's a plus.
Todas las líneas están ocupadas.
And central air would be nice.
AC, perfect.
And no carpeting, but carpet could get pulled up.
You're right. If it has a wood,
Yeah.
you know,
I'd like an open floor plan.
An open floor plan. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And price range, what would that be?
Not more than $1.2 million.
$1.2 maximum. Okay, perfect. Does it have to?
If there's something in Camarillo, I really like Bella Rosa. Hello.
Hi, this is Arati.
Yeah, the ones over there by
with
whatchamacallit, Mission Oaks.
Yeah, it's off center of the road, and I think most of those homes are all single level, if I remember correctly.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
And I actually know the area pretty good too because I live over here in Camarillo. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Great. Let's see. Does it have to have a pool? Pool, no pool? Would that matter?
It doesn't really matter if it has a pool. It'd be nice if it had land for a pool, because I have a pool now.
Okay.
I have solar heat. I have not solar heat. I have solar panels.
Okay. Now, do you have to sell your house in order to buy this house?
I'm going to sell my house to my son.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It'll stay in the family.
Way below market value. It's not my neighbors, but I don't really care.
Lucky him. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, then, you know what? I got your information. I'm gonna just keep in contact with you, and if I find something, I'll send you an email just to introduce myself. My name is Silver Martinez from C21. So I'll just keep you posted what's available. And I know right now we don't have a lot of inventory, but trust me that once these things start getting loosened up, we're gonna have the market is gonna be flooded with listings because everybody wants that space to say, you know what, now we can sell, we can get out of here. So we are anticipating that might happen. So I wanna get you ready so when the moment comes around, we're ready to purchase. Is that okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Okay. Bye-bye.
I can't tell if Leslie's on the phone. Leslie, are you on the phone?
Huh?
Said I can't tell if Leslie's on the phone or not.
She is on the phone.
Okay. Well, I muted her. So hopefully it's not too distracting. Nice job though. Good transition. It's once you talked about the good deals, that's when she started opening up. Before that, it was a little rough, and that's one thing. And I know you naturally talk louder, right? But it's good. It's good enthusiasm. But I don't think you needed to say the real estate website part on this call. And once she said Camarillo and Somis, personally, I would have really emphasized that that's where you specialize, right? And just be like, look, I live in Camarillo. I love Camarillo. I actually do the caravan, so I know about properties before they come on the market. My office is right up the street on Arneal. Have you seen that C21? It used to be a troop office. I would have hammered that so that you're not just somebody who's an internet lead caller or somebody who registered on the website based out of Tokyo or Philippines or something, and you're calling them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just trying to be mindful of it. But she seemed to like when you laughed. She seemed to like you were able to connect pretty well. You know what I'm saying? So just little things, kind of food for thought that I would have brought up.
That.
Yeah, dude, they say Camarillo, it's like ding, 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 ding. You got to just get excited and be like, you know what? Camarillo's awesome. You're looking up to 1.2, and then I'd start showing off a little bit. So, you know, are you talking about the Marlboro? Or are you talking, you know, Pinnacle? Well, Pinnacle is 2 stories. So Marlboro, there's some beautiful homes over there, right over by Santa Rosa Road. Do you like that area? She mentioned an area that she liked, but I would bring those up. They got about a half acre. They usually range between about $1 million to 1.4. You know, half acre swimming pools. They have casitas that usually bump it up another 100. So once you start talking like that, she knows you know your stuff, you know? So when you get that kind of opening, not that you want to talk, but you definitely want to weave that into your conversation to really solidify it. And then she's be like, all right, this dude knows what's up, you know? And then say, hey, I'll set you up so that you receive those listings as they come to the market. But if I hear something before it hits, I'm going to let you know. And actually, I know the property that Leslie's talking about with my dad. I'm pretty sure that's a single story in Camarillo around the million mark. It's not on the market right now, but she door knocked it a long time ago. So my dad hit her up because he knew she door knocked, and sure enough, she reconnected with somebody from about 1.5 years ago. So she's supposed to meet with them, I think today or this week. You know, initiated by my dad's phone call, and it's a single story there. So. Yeah, it's just connecting the pieces, bro. The people, the properties, and then knowing about it and be able to plant those seeds. Then solidifying it more, and then, you know, she said she's not ready now, but trying to find a way, if you could, to get to where you can do a Zoom meeting with her and just say, hey, look, if you'd like, you know, the more I get a better idea what you're looking for, even if you want to go out and check out a few places. I know there's not a lot of inventory right now, but we can check a few places out. I get a good idea what you're looking for now. And I know you're still 6 months out. As the homes come on the market, you'll be the first person I like to call. You know what I mean? I live right up the street, so you can call me at any time. You know, just really emphasizing those points. So Camarillo, you got it. You got to do that. You know, those are goals.
You know what? And I'm going to emphasize those points. Now I'm going to send her an email because I told her, I'm going to send you an email to introduce myself and everything. She's like, great. Now I'm going to get all that information in there. So she will read it like, oh, okay, great.
Cool.
You know,
good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, nice job, man. It's another good connection.
Yeah.
How you doing, Leslie?
Oh, good.
Good.
I still didn't get another appointment or anything, but it worked out. It's
cool.
Okay.
Well,
I'll keep calling.
Looked like you had another conversation, so.
Yeah. No, it was a couple conversations, 1 appointment.
Good. Yeah, Silver just had another good one, a Camarillo person. So looking up to 1.2 million single story in Camarillo.
Perfect.
Yeah. So if you hear of anything else coming up that could be a potential, definitely let Silver know so he can reach out to that prospect.
You know what? That's actually a great idea. We should share that information when we come across something, because you might have a buyer and say, hey, Leslie, something's going to open up over here. You know, this, and you can just jump on it before anybody else does. That's a great idea.
Buyers as well as getting listings, you know.
And Silver, what's the price range that your listing's going to be under?
We're gonna try 739 at the beginning, but I think I'm a little high on that one. But she, you know, she's like, well, and I told her, I said, well, let's give it 2 weeks. If we don't get anything, we're dropping the price. And she's like, okay. So yeah,
good to know.
And you can go. I mean, if you want to show it, I can give you access, even if it's not in the market yet.
Okay. And is it vacant?
Huh? No, it's not vacant.
Okay.
No, but you can show it. I can make it happen.
Okay.
When's it gonna hit the market?
I will probably say I'm getting the pictures today, so hopefully by tomorrow.
Cool.
Nice.
Yep.
It's cool. And that's the start of it right there, man. You got to work it. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go knock at the whole freaking neighborhood in there.
And then you're gonna go to jail. You thought they called the cops before, man. Watch COVID, dude.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's cool. All right. It's 10:30. Do you guys got some more calls you want to make, or where are you at?
I
have quite a bit.
I still have some to do, but we can disconnect over here, and I'll keep making the calls.
Same.
I mean, so do you want to get off, or do you want to keep going for another 10, 15 minutes?
I can call on my own time. I'll call. Yeah, we can get off if you want.
All right. No rush either way. So you guys I'm still just doing what I need to do. I'm just sending emails and getting stuff organized here.
Okay. I mean, I have to make them anyway, so it's up to you, Brendan. Yeah, I have like another hour.
Or do you want to go?
I'm staying if you're staying.
Okay. Well, let's just go another 15 minutes. It's 10:30 right now.
All right. Let's do it.
Okay. Perfect.
Be back. I hear my son yelling for my mom.
Please leave your message for
No, I didn't hear it.
and what they do on the block. Some of them lie about the they pop, but I don't. It's how it is for me, cause I live a boss's life. So many niggas wanna play, but still got dues to pay. Some of them gotta beg them to stay, but I don't.
I'm getting a lot of like no reception. Is it me or is it the other people?
I don't know. If it may be you if it's multiple calls like that, you know?
I've had like 2 so far, but it's weird because I always get phone calls here.
Yeah, then you should be good. Maybe it's just the luck of the draw, you know?
No. I guess, Brendan, I have a question for you. I think it could help Silver too. When you already have a buyer for a cash sale and the seller is willing to
Hello, Ella?
have a listing presentation with you.
Good morning. This is Silverio Martinez from Century 21. How are you doing today?
Where are you calling from? I'm sorry.
Century 21, a real estate company. And the hi, how you doing? And the reason why I'm calling is because we realized that you have signed up on our real estate website looking for some properties in Chatsworth and on West Hills.
Yeah, so we're just looking. So we're not we haven't made up our mind yet whether we're serious or not. But thank you for calling.
My pleasure. Would you like me to let you know if I come across some really good deals? Maybe you'll be interested.
No. It's too early because that's why I was just looking and we have to make up our mind what exactly we wanted. So you know how it's working. So basically we didn't make up our mind what exactly we wanted. So that's why we don't want to look seriously for that.
Got it. All right.
But thank you.
My pleasure. Yep. You have a great day. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do with that. You know, it's just, I think just what if Russ were on, he would just say, you know, it's all good. You're just starting in the process. Great. Just so you know, we work with our clients at their pace. So something of that, just throwing that in there so they don't feel the pressure that they need to commit right now because that's her excuse. So to overcome it, you say, that's fine, that's great. You're just in the early information gathering stage. So you're still trying to figure out what's out there. Is that right? Yes, it is. Wonderful. Well, the great thing is we work with our clients at their pace. We get them prepared now so that they're ready when they're ready 6 months, a year from now. And I would love to help you get ready, you know. So would you be interested in, maybe setting them a time? We got a home buyer workshop coming up on Thursday, or we can do a one-on-one, you know, and get a better idea of what it is you're looking for, because I'm a professional. And the more that I know, the more I can help you attain your goals or something like that. You know what I mean? Just some kind of
Yeah, but she's not off the hook yet because I'm gonna send her an email and I'm gonna talk to her just like the way you just said right now. So she feel like, you know, kind of like respect her time right now because she wanted to get off and say, all right, well, thank you for your time. She's like, you're welcome. Now I'm gonna send her an email and say, hey, you know, blah 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 blah. Let all those points known, and then she's gonna go, oh, okay, you know.
It's for this, and I think that's good. I like that you follow up with the emails. What I think is important right now, more important, is that you make a point in contact with as many people as you can talk to on the phone. Put her in a list. So if you have like a information take sheet, right? on that person. You write it really quick. Note. I'm going to do these next action. Put it to the side. Pick up the next. Start making the call. Write your notes really quick. Put it to the side. You get a good connection. You write more notes on it. And then, you know, when you're done with your calling session, now you do all your follow-up. And then that's top of your list because that was your best connection. So it's just about having good calls, and you don't want to create too many things in between. You still want to follow up, but it's about just getting on the phone and calling, you know what I mean? Until you have at least one good conversation where you set an appointment, you know?
Yeah.
So, Leslie, what were you going to say earlier?
Yeah, I want to hear that.
Oh, trying to see where I was getting to. It was a reason. No, I just wanted to see what your approach would be with a seller that wasn't thinking necessarily about, well, was contemplating on selling their home, but now that there's a cash buyer in the mix, or there's a cash buyer for that home, what's the best information to present to them and how to present it? The reason I ask is I also want to leave it open just in case. You always want to leave it open just in case something doesn't work out. You don't shoot yourself in the foot, right? So for example, with a cash buyer, with a seller that is planning on having a cash buyer, if that doesn't work out, then I don't know. Brenda, I don't even know what I'm asking, to be honest. I'll wait.
Are you talking about for the one for, is it today that you're meeting with them, or?
I'm going to call him right now, and I'm thinking of pre-qualifying him as a seller.
Okay. So you already made one contact, right? One conversation?
Correct.
How did the call go? Like, what'd you talk about? What happened on the conversation?
It went really well. So he, when COVID-19 hit, he thought about selling. He talked about it with his wife, and they considered it. And when I gave him a call about a cash purchase, he's like, you know what? Actually, go ahead and film my home, take pictures and send it to the buyer and let me know.
Cool.
Now,
so that's
my approach.
Is that set up for today?
So I have to give him a call to set that up.
Okay.
But I want to pre-qualify him as a seller first.
Yeah, just be careful with that. And,
okay.
All right. So the first trick is when you got somebody who is letting you into their house, you go to their house. That's it, period. You get inside their house. The hardest thing is you look at the order of things in terms of top priority. Obviously, you don't want to waste your time, but it's not about wasting time. You're trying to create an opportunity here from nothing, really. Nothing meaning they didn't call you. You're initiating the idea, and you got a cash buyer right now. So it's already got him interested enough that he said you can come in and film and take pictures and do that, right?
Right.
So that's what you do. So by getting your foot in the door, now you can talk to him. Now you can pre-qualify. Now you can ask questions. Don't do it before you get there. He could say, you know what, we're not interested right now. And you're done, right? So you go off of what has already been said. So now you're setting up, you make it as easy as possible. What time and date works best for you? Well, tomorrow or later this afternoon or whatever. And then you get over there and you go check it out. And then you start doing your research and taking your pictures and asking him questions. And then you find out, okay, so what are your plans right now, or what are you thinking? I know I reached out to you, and he may just say, well, we're not thinking about anything right now, to be honest with you. That's not likely the case, because the fact that COVID hit, everybody's been thinking about something, right? You don't need to tell them that. This is just knowing people and common sense, right? Just understanding that people have been at home and they realize this isn't where they want to be forever. So you have to find out what their next move is. Find out his motivation. Find out what his plans are, what he's thinking about. Ultimately, what are you trying to accomplish with the sale of your home? That's the first question, right? That's to find motivation. What are you thinking in terms of timing? But I'll go through the house. So even though I'm doing video and all that, I'll say, hey, do you mind giving me a tour before I start snapping some video? This is what I do in my listing presentation. They take me around the property. They start asking questions. How's your roof? Do you know the year that it was installed? Or have you had it redone? Have you had any leaks, right? Start asking questions about the roof. Start asking questions about the AC. Do you have AC? When was that done? Right? If they know the model, they know warranties, that kind of even better, right? Looks like you've updated your kitchen. When did you do that? So you're just asking questions, and you take your journal and you're just writing notes the entire time. To be honest, it doesn't even matter what you're writing. What matters is you're going through the process like a doctor does when they're diagnosing a situation. You're diagnosing the house, and you're finding any challenges and issues. When's the last time you did a termite?
Okay.
Yes, are you Rod? Rod, my name is Silverio Martinez with Century 21. How are you doing today? Yeah. I'm sorry? Oh, no, I was just calling because you signed up on my website, my real estate website, and I was just following up to see what kind of property you're looking for so I can help you better. Yes. Good. So, yeah. All Ventura County. I'm out here in Camarillo, but I saw that you were looking for some properties in Oxnard, which it's my next door city over here. So yeah, all Ventura County.
Yeah, I'm looking for like me and my family are looking for anywhere in Camarillo actually or Oxnard.
Awesome.
We have a lender and we've been pre-approved for up to 390.
390.
That's not, I know it's not a lot, but it's something.
Hey, it is something. You're right.
Yeah, but we can get, so we put up to 390. We're looking for a single family detached home, which our preference is 3-bedroom, 2-bath. If we have to go to 2-bedroom, we'll do the 2-bedroom, but we're looking for a 3.
3 plus 2. Okay.
Yeah, and I have a dog, so I'm looking for a yard for him. A backyard would be preferable.
Got it.
And that's pretty much it, man.
Let's see. 3 plus 2 on a detached home, and you say either Camarillo or Oxnard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Camarillo or Oxnard. Let's see. Okay, and you've been pre-approved by 390, but that means with a single-family home, for a townhome, even with a backyard, we're gonna have to put the HOAs in consideration in there. So that might be a little sketch in there. But how soon do you want to make this move?
Well, we're looking as soon as possible because we already looked at a few houses and they didn't work out. So we're kind of in emotion. We're ready to do it, like, you know what I mean? So we're looking as soon as possible.
Got it. And let's see, you're not working with any other realtor, are you?
We're working with a realtor who was working out of Santa Clarita.
Okay.
And we're no longer looking in that area. He doesn't service this area, so no, we're not working with him anymore.
Perfect. Then let me be your realtor. I'll be the one finding you a home over here. I know the area very well. I've been doing this business for 16 years, and that's all I do, full time. In and out, and I know the areas very well. So, with that being said, let me just double check your email, make sure I got the right email, so I can send you some, whatever comes up on the market. Oh, I want to check today, see if there's anything out there, and we can go take a look at it.
All right, sounds good.
Give me a second. Let me see. Here we go. So your email address is ATCRO. Yeah, so it's ATCRODNEYA
yes.
at yahoo.com, right?
That's correct, yes.
Awesome. All right. Well, Ronnie, listen, thank you you go by Ronnie or Rod?
Oh, either one is good.
Got it. All right. Let me see what's available. And then I'll hit you up with an email, and we'll take it from there. And
sounds good. What's your name one more time?
My name is Silver Martinez.
Silver Martinez.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you can.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye. Dude, I just got an appointment.
Nice job, man. That was good. Yeah, it's.
I called this guy earlier, and he called me back.
Yeah, there you go. It's good when they call back, man.
Yeah, so I look at it like, oh. So I figured when I asked, I said, what? He said, what did he say? Oh, he said, I got a phone call from this number, and I'm just returning the call. And so I realized that the only people that didn't answer the phone was this guy, Rod. Right. So I'm like, are you Rod? He's like, yeah, this is Rod. Like, okay, good. Yeah, that was me,
That's good. So, cool. So when he did the part about the Santa Clarita, was working with an agent, and then you said, well, let me be your realtor, and then you started talking, and you kept talking. You never asked him. You just said a statement and you kept going with it. At the very end, he said, sounds good. So that's, it's kind of a soft close with it. I like the boldness on your part. I just would have left him to answer the question, right? Would you like me to be your realtor, right? I specialize in this area. This is what I do. I'm committed as long as my clients are committed to working with me, and I will help you find your house. I know this area. I've been doing it for about 16 years. Would you like me to be your realtor? Make him commit. You say, if you're going to go for it, don't just say it and keep going and let him off the hook. Do it and get him to commit. Or, just find a way to do a softer close and just say, how does that sound? We can set up a time and talk, whatever, right? But you've already made a good enough contact. I'm just sharing with you, as you always ask me to do, just when I hear it, what can we do to strengthen this? What can we do to make sure we're closing? What can we do to make sure that we get them to commit when we need to get them to commit, And I know when you're in the mix of doing it, we're thinking of what we want to say and we're not even realizing any strong benefit that you have, you got to do the tie down that we talk about, right? That's what you're looking for, isn't it? Is that what you're looking for? Would you like somebody to help you personally that specializes in Cameo and Oxnard? Yes, I would. Great. Well, let me help you do that. So that was the first suggestion. Second thing is when you said the price, I already knew you were thinking like there's no way he's going to find a single family home, right? And he said he wanted a single family home. So you have to find out why, number one, right? So you tell me you want a single family home under 390. I'm sure you're finding that's pretty hard to find. Is that correct? Yes, it is really hard. I don't see anything. Well, the reason for that is because 390 is not happening here for the most part. Now, you don't want to shoot his dreams, but you want to be real with him and start having that real conversation and see what the issue is. He called you sir. He was respectful. Like you had the authority. So you've earned the right at that point to start pressing and start building rapport and truly showing that you're the expert, right? By talking about things. Now, you don't want to shoot their dreams down yet.
Right.
But what I would have done is after I got him to self-discover and admit that he doesn't really know how he's going to make this dream happen. He knows that his price isn't that high. And you've already shown that you're committed to working with him even at 390, which most of other agents would just blow this guy off and not even pay attention to him, not for what it is he wants. What you're trying to do is set up a time to have a more intimate conversation with him to truly understand what it is he's trying to accomplish, and you help him do that. And what I would have tried to do is ask him if it was his first purchase, try to see if he qualifies for a first-time homebuyer program. And it's only because I know if he qualifies for 390 on a regular loan, there's a chance he can qualify with down payment assistance, maybe even up to like $500,000. It all depends on what his debt to income ratios are and what the issue is. Is it down payment? Is it income? Does he have too much debt? Is it, so this gets to kind of next level, like higher level, being able to dig and pre-qualify and grab information. But when you can do that, I'm telling you, bro, you just become irreplaceable and you start moving, and you and I and all of us here really quickly we'll be able to find out whether we can truly put this person into a home or if they're out in left field and it's just not going to happen, right? But right. You got to be able to ask those questions and get to it. So I don't say that I would always do that on the very first call. For me, because I got nothing to lose, man, and I'm not saying that you two don't, but for me, it's like I'm not going to waste my time unless I know I can get them into something. Number one, I don't like working with buyers, right? It's being recorded. I don't want this going out to everywhere, but only because I do like working with buyers. I don't like committing to any and every buyer out there because they can waste our time, they can run us in circles, and we're on call at any point in time on any day of the week. That doesn't work with me and what I'm trying to accomplish right now. So I got to be very particular about who I'm working with. So I'm screening. I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to dig deep. I'm going to truly see how motivated they are. I'm going to see how qualified they are, and not just based on what a loan officer tells me, because one loan officer may say 390, and then if I know about down payment assistance that loan officer doesn't have access to, if they start getting 80 to 150,000 in down payment assistance, now they went from being able to be at 390. Let's just say we got them up to 450. 450, you can get them a detached home in Oxnard. You get them up to 500,000, you're definitely getting them into a detached home. Now you help solve something that nobody else that they've talked to has been able to help them solve. Who do you think they're going to work with?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying, man? Yeah. That's how you make it concrete. Not just, hey, well, I'm going to be your agent. You know, I specialize in these two areas, and I'm not mocking you. I'm just saying it's like, yeah, that sounds nice, and maybe he'll follow that. But if I crack that egg open, I know what the issue is. I know where the gap is between 390 and where he wants to be, and I can help him fill that gap. He's not going to work with anybody else. It's you've already cracked it open and able to come up with the solutions for it. So on the follow-up call, I'm already giving you everything that you know you need to do.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Because now I'm going to give you that information and I'm going to start asking all the questions. Now that I have a report, now that I know he's going to answer my phone call.
Yep.
You know,
do that, and don't do the email yet. Just call him, have another conversation, have the next follow-up call, crack it open. Already have everything prepped for Alex for the down payment assistance, kind of how it works. And you can't promise him 500K, but what you can tell him, say, look, I just helped somebody else who normally would only be able to get under right about the same, under 400K. But with the down payment assistance, he was able to get almost 450 to 500,000. So it all depends on what your situation is. It depends on what your household income is. If it's a family size of 4, $91,000 or below is what you can get, and you can get that down payment assistance. If he's pre-approved at 390, it's very highly that he's under that $91,000 total income mark. So that's part of it, is knowing, like, based on past people that you're qualifying, where their numbers are at and what they can qualify for. So you should keep that and keep those scenarios handy, because the more you do it, the more you can talk on the phone and tell real quick, okay, this person may be able to do this, or they don't have a chance. You know what I mean? It ain't going to happen. So, and I don't want to just be like, oh, dude, you're not going to find a detached home, 390. You don't want to kill the hopes and dreams.
Correct.
You can ask some questions. So what have you found so far? You said that you missed out on a couple opportunities in Santa Clarita, but now you're looking in Oxnard and Camarillo. Tell me why you're looking in Oxnard and Camarillo. Oh, we live here now, or my wife relocated here, or I relocated here. Got to dig deep. Got to get those answers, not just numbers. Dig deep. Find out what their situation is, why they're here, why they want to own a home, what they're looking for. Oh, it's COVID. We're going to get a great deal. We know it. We're already pre-approved, right? You don't want to start swinging it too soon. Who'd you get pre-approved with? B of A. Great. You know, it's Chase, whoever, right? Or it's my sister-in-law. Then it's like, okay, now I'm walking on eggshells before I try to swing it, because you just shot yourself in the foot by trying to swing them to down payment assistance.
Correct.
You got to ask these questions before you start getting too excited and showing them too much. Does that make sense?
Now, tell me again, the down payment assistance is under, they got to make under $91,000?
Household size of 4. So there's
household of 4 under $90,000.
Yeah. So husband, wife, 2 kids. Under 91,000 qualifies for down payment for it's called 80% AMI, area median income. So whatever the area median income is, so 91,000 in any other part of the country is good money, right? But when I talk to low income people, I don't say it's a low income program. They take offense to it. I just say, hey, this is a great program, but there's restrictions in terms of how much income you make. And this is a great first question. So when I start talking about down payment assistance and I say, so if you exceed 91,000, I'm actually assuming they make more than 91K, right? So then they're like, yeah, we make 120 a year, or yeah, we make 105, or yeah, we make 150 or 175. I'm going to stop talking about down payment assistance now, right? But what I'm going to tell them is that's great. You make $175,000 a year. Well, I know we can definitely help you get what you're looking to get. Do you mind telling me a little bit right now in terms of debt, because they're looking at debt to income ratio. Well, what do you mean? Well, do you have any student loans? Yes, we do. Great. What is about your monthly debt, not your total debt? I don't care that you owe $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 in student loans. What are you paying every month? Well, I pay $500 a month. I pay $1,200 a month. Okay, so I need to write that number down because this is monthly debt that's going to hurt their debt to income. So even though they make $170 a year, they pay $1,200 a month in student loans, right? They pay $500 a month in their car payment. They pay another $300 in credit cards. This is all going to hurt their debt to income ratio. So even though they make $170 a year, because of all that debt, it's going to hurt what they can qualify for. So these are important numbers. And if nobody's ever asked them these questions and you're the first one, now when you call Alex or you call, Mark Richardson or Jason or whoever, you say, look, this is kind of what their debt is roughly. This is what they pay their monthly debt. This is their income, roughly their income. Where does that put them at debt to income? And they're trying to keep it under, usually it's about 43% debt to income ratio. So that 43, just quick math, you make $10,000 a month, your debt is less than, this is including your mortgage, less than $4,300 a month. So if their mortgage, if they say, yeah, I'm comfortable with doing a mortgage up to $4,000 a month, but they got a car payment for $500, they got credit cards for $200, that's $7,000. They're not going to be able to do a payment for $4,000 a month because they got another $700 in other debts, monthly debts, right? So that puts them at a 47% debt to income, which disqualifies them for the down payment assistance. FHA can go higher though. They can go closer to like 50%. VA can go over 50% debt to income. They can go up to like over 50. It's just crazy, dude, because they're doing 100% financing. But the government will do a VA loan because they know that they got guaranteed income. They got housing allowance money coming in. They got so much more. So they give them more flexibility. They let them qualify for more. They get more purchasing power with no money or very little money down. Most of the time, no money down. And then there's no limit now on their cap of what they can do. So VA is awesome way to go with no mortgage insurance. FHA is minimal money down. So these are just little things that, I pick up every single time I'm qualifying somebody. And then I learn from Jason and I ask a lot of questions because the more I know, it sounds like I can already start doing loans, right? But it's not, I don't want to do loans. I want to know, number one, if a loan officer is telling me the truth. Number two, I want to know how qualified somebody is when I start speaking to them, because the quicker I can shorten that process and the easier I can make it on them and the more I can inspire confidence and hope that they can buy a home, now it's much more likely they're going to choose me when they're ready to do something. And I've been told on multiple occasions the reason why they bought a home and the reason why they chose me is because I made it really easy for them. And they saw like I gave them the hope that they were possibly ready now and they didn't even realize they were ready now because I know what questions to ask. Does that make sense?
Yep, totally.
So I just want to share that because I'm telling you, that took my real estate game to a whole nother level once I started working at VC CDC, because I had to learn that stuff because it was such a small box that you had to fit people in. You can't make too much money, but you had to make enough. If you're too low, you're not going to qualify for anything. So you had to make just enough and stay right in that window, right between like 85 and 91,000 a year. So household size of 3 is like 81 or 82. If it gets down to 2, it's in the 70s. If it's down to 1, I believe it's in the 60s. And you can ask Alex. Alex doesn't just put that information out there. So you may be able to find it somewhere. Check on the bccdc.org website. But he doesn't like putting the secret sauce out there because he likes people being dependent on him. Well, you know how I am. I don't like that, right? I want to know everything so that I can size it up and not waste everybody's time. Or I know when to switch gears like that because I asked him the question, very first question. Have you owned a home before? Yes, I have. How long ago was it? 4 years ago. Okay, so that's more than 3. Well, that's more than 3 years ago. So you've been renting for 4 years. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Well, you still qualify for the first-time home buyer program potentially. Now, there are income limits. How many people are in your household? 4. 4, great. Does your income exceed, your household income exceed more than $91,000 a year? Yes, it does. Well, that's awesome, And they'll say, yeah, we make 120. They usually don't just say yes, they say how much, right? Especially if they make good money, they want to let you know, oh, I make 140 a year. Well, that's great, 140 a year, that's awesome. well, you should do pretty well. You know, some of the 2 key things that they're going to look at is your income as well as your debt to income ratio. So do you mind sharing with me, do you have any student loans? No, I don't. Do you have any car payments? No, I don't. Do you have any credit cards that you're paying? Well, we got a couple of them, but we pay them off really quickly. We don't like any debt. We have no debt. That's awesome. They make 100 plus and no debt, you're getting them any house that they want. Pretty much between 6 to, I would say, almost 750, 800,000. Now, if they got, now you want to hear the magic, like perfect buyer, strong income, no debt, and got 150 in the bank, or 50,000 in the bank, or 75,000 in the bank. They got all those. You need to be ding, 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 ding. And then you're trying to find out, why haven't you purchased yet? Well, we think the market's going to come down. Or they basically say something to the effect of, and this is the last one, I got 60,000 saved. I want to have 20% down because I don't want to pay mortgage insurance. So tell me, is it better to save the extra 60K? And this is our situation. We pay, our rent is, like $2,000 a month, but I make so much income that I literally save up $3,000, $4,000 every single month. This is a true story. Save up about $4K a month. So the way I see it, it's going to take me about 1.5 years, 2 years. I'll have $120,000 in the bank. So I'm going to wait until I do it. That was my plan, at least. Is that a good plan? And I'll say, well, it could be, or it may not be the best plan. Let's set up a time and I'll break it down of why that may not be the best plan. It may be better to get ready now, even if you're paying mortgage insurance. And I said, and my financial guy, Jason, is so good that he will tell you the cost analysis of what it's going to cost you by waiting, and show you the benefit of purchasing now, or how long it'll take to pay off that mortgage insurance that you're talking about, right? Because you're only going to pay $100 extra a month for that MI, that mortgage insurance. Well, that $100 a month, it's going to take you 2 years to try to save 60K. So not only are you losing out on appreciation on homes, you're also losing the tax write-off. You're also just paying rent to somebody else and not getting any benefit from that you could have been paying down your principal and balance in 2 years. And you're losing out on the lowest interest rate that we've seen in our lifetime in history right now. So if you get a 3% interest rate, you talk to any savvy investor who looks at long-term investments, they're always going to buy right now because they don't care where the prices are at. They care about that rate. So if you get a 3.25 or 2.75, you're going to ride out any wave and have the lowest amount of interest that you're going to pay on real property. When you talk to parents and grandparents that had interest rates at 18% to purchase a home, we're at 3.25, we're at 3%, we're at 2.75. So the problem with waiting 1 year, 2 years, is that you're going to have more competition, and or the rates are going to be up higher than where they're at now. So the rates are low to get the market going, to make sure that the market's moving. And I'm telling you right now, it's white hot, right? So this is what you're sharing with them. So are you ready to get started and start planning and doing what we need to do to make sure we get you to where you need to be? Absolutely. Yeah. What do we, what does it cost? What do we have to, you got nothing to lose. Let's get that ball rolling. Let's get you started. And then now we'll come up with a plan if it makes sense, whether to buy now or 2 years from now. Does that sound good? Yeah, it sounds good. And then you set your appointment. You give that kind of value, dude, I don't care who you're talking, you're setting that appointment, they're working with you, you got it, and that's a pretty complex conversation, but it's not very difficult. Not when you practice it, not when you know what to say, and now when you know what questions to ask and kind of where to lead them, and they start self-discovering and they start seeing like, man, I'm glad I called Lesli or Severio, you know what I mean? Like I had no idea. I just registered on this website and you've already helped me figure out what I'm going to do with my life. You know what I mean? That I can actually possibly do it now. And they've been watching properties and kind of seeing it, thinking prices are coming down. Like the one person said, oh yeah, with the COVID, yeah, I'm just watching. She thinks the prices are going to come down. You start coming back with, well, actually, and it's, again, we don't make them wrong. We just share it. Well, tell me why you want to wait to see what happens with COVID. What are your thoughts? You already know what her thoughts are. Well, I think the prices are going to come down. Unemployment's hitting this. So let them make their case. Let them regurgitate what the news has been brainwashed into them, right? And then you hear it all out and say, that's great that you say that. And believe me, it could happen. Nobody knows for certain. But what I can tell you is the market is white hot right now. What I can tell you is property values have appreciated even during this COVID. And since last year, properties have gained almost 2.5% appreciation and growth. They're not dropping in prices. Even at the worst of it, when stay-at-home order first hit, the best deal anybody got was less than 10% off the list price. The best anybody got. So there was less than a 10% discount. That was only because everybody was freaking out and had no clue what was going to happen and how long this was going to last. Well, guess what's happening now? Things are being reopened. People are out there showing. So now showing activity is even higher than it was at this time last year because of all the buildup. So showing activity dropped after the stay-at-home order, which we weren't allowed to show properties. So guess what happens? It drops, right? Now it's up. It's even higher than it was last year at this time because of all that buildup and people being stuck at home. So what that means is buyers are out looking, competition is picking up, and the longer that you wait, you're going to miss out on the best opportunity, the best interest rate that you could have had, unless you're happy with where you're at for the next 14 years. Is that what you want to do? You want to ride out another cycle of 5 to 7 years of growth and 5 to 7 years of decline and then hope to get it when the prices are low? Well, let me know how that goes for you. Let me know when every cash investor comes and buys every single great opportunity that's available because homes are at $300,000, because that's what you're waiting for, right? You want to wait for that? Oh, you want to wait to compete with all cash. You're financing. Remember, people who finance, which is a majority of the buyers that are out there, which it sounds like, are you planning to pay all cash? No, we need to finance. We need a loan. Okay, well, then you probably want the lowest interest rate you can get, right? Yes. Then we really need to talk right now because the rates aren't going to stay this low forever. They may stay good during this election year, but I can guarantee you after the new president's in, whoever that is, right? Same president or whatever happens from there and the election's done, right now, Trump wants to have a good economy. Trump wants to get reelected. You think the rates are going to go up anytime soon? Nope. He's going to keep this thing moving. He's going to get this economy strong and healthy. You're not going to see a drop in prices. So while you wait, just like everybody else who's afraid and is waiting and hoping to get a great deal, my buyers are going to take the homes that they want at the best rate possible, and I'm going to negotiate. Well, I got a little bit of negotiating power right now because you ain't going to have it for very long, okay? So I know that was long. That was my training for the day. Thank you guys for listening to me. Hopefully,
no, that's good. That was good. We need to hear that to reinforce a lot of points. And the more we hear him, it's like now my wheels are turning. Like, all right, I'm gonna talk to this guy today. I'm gonna call him. And later in the evening, hopefully, we can have a longer conversation. It looks like he was at work or something.
Right.
But I'm gonna ask all those questions, and I'm gonna give you the information, and then it's gonna go. And I bet you that's what he's gonna do. And like, really, is there a down payment assistance out there? Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Did you know about it? No. Well, tell me more now, because he's a first-time home buyer and he wants to move quick. Tell me what's up.
He's super motivated. He said ASAP. So, and the thing is like as fired up as I get when I speak to the two of you, that's obviously how you hear me on the phone with people. I don't talk like that, right? When I need to get excited, I get excited. It's controlled enthusiasm. With the two of you, my audience is real estate agents and professionals that I want to get you both fired up to speak with conviction. When you look at somebody in the eyes or you're talking on the phone and they hear you and you're speaking with a tone that is empathetic, that understands their position, that isn't pushy, but gets them to have the confidence that you know what you're talking about. And that you know that if they buy something right now, they're not going to regret it. And that's what people don't want to be, that sucker buyer. They want to know that they can buy with confidence and that you're going to protect them and help them do it the right way. But also that you know how to ask the right questions to get all the information first. Because once you ask enough and you got a good idea of who they are, now I can start leading them to the direction that I want to. But don't lead too fast. You lead too fast, and I hear it on the calls. We get excited and we want to start setting that appointment. It's too quick. You haven't earned the right yet. You haven't cracked that egg open. Crack that egg open. Get all the info you can get. Once you got it all, now lead them to where they need to be. And you got to try to do it efficiently. It shouldn't take 30, 40 minutes to crack that egg open. It shouldn't take us that long to try to explain what it is we're trying to tell them. We got this much attention span. So if you're not getting them every single mark of the way, you're not going to have a good long conversation, or they're going to be like, what the hell did we just talk about for the last 30 minutes? You didn't inspire them. You didn't find anything out. You didn't get them to where they need to be. So those are the things that When you have, my goal every day is to have one quality conversation with one person out there that I didn't speak to before. If I do one good quality conversation like that every single day, I'm going to do a lot of business. So keep it simple. It doesn't got to be like that for everyone, but those are your money-making calls. And you just had a money-making call, Silver, on that one. And then Leslie, you already set your appointment up earlier today too. So that's already 2 money-making calls. So when you speak to them, you want to do those things.
Yeah.
Does that sound okay, Leslie? I seen you just
it
kind of.
sounded great.
Okay.
No. It's just what I needed.
Here we go.
let's get fired up so we can just keep making more appointments.
Absolutely, but don't don't let it overwhelm you. It all comes in time. I know I see Silver just chomping at the bits as I'm speaking about it, because I know he's putting together exactly everything that I'm talking about. He gets it and he's done it. And now he's just figuring out how to make it his own so that he can deliver it in the way that Silver delivers it. And I can tell, I'm not saying that you're not doing the same as well. You're taking different pieces of what you like and you're implementing it into your own. But I also know, because I've heard you say it, Leslie, just about, I want to do things like this, or like how you've done this, or how another big agent, right? Or not saying I am, but another top agent has done things and you want to duplicate that. It takes time, you just slowly got to get better. And then you do enough transactions, you're going to get really good. And it's already happening. So you don't need to be more than who you are right now. You're great with where you're at right now. But it'll all come, and hopefully, and this is all recorded, keep this and rewatch just the end of it. You don't need to watch the whole thing. Just watch this part of it and start game planning. How am I going to learn these things? How am I going to ask these questions? And what questions do I ask in what order? Does that make sense?
It does.
That's what you need to outline. So that's the action item for our coaching today.
And that was actually the process that I was asking you about. Is it's good to have, for example, you're about to speak with a buyer. This is what I need to do. You know, just have that action plan kind of jotted down and understood. So that's great.
Just try to visualize you're cracking the egg open. Okay.
Yeah.
I keep saying that because you got to know what they're thinking. You got to be able to get some key information. Once they give you the answers, now you know where to lead them. So don't assume. Assuming, they would say, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. The assumptions is what kills all of us. We get too quick and too excited and try to take shortcuts. Shortcuts, you miss everything. All you need is sometimes that one nugget of information that makes you a successful closer. It makes them your client, and it makes it so that when you're going through the hardest part of that escrow and that transaction, you know what hits them in the heart and why they're doing this. And you remind them of that because they forget it. And you bring it up and you said the reason why you wanted to move was because you wanted to see your kid at graduation. Now, I get that we're lower in price than we originally anticipated. I get that we're not making as much money as we were hoping to when we originally first spoke about. And I can tell you're frustrated. And you told me what your bottom line is. But you also told me the reason ultimately that you wanted to sell is because you wanted to be in San Diego at your kid's graduation. So the time was more important than the money that we're talking about right now. Is that correct? Yes, it is. I do want to be there. They have to be re-led and refocused on that so that you can get them over that final objection of getting over their own head and over their own, selfish desires or whatever you want to call it, right? You have to lead it, but it's those questions at the beginning that give you the answers to help that successful close at the very end. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's always worth it. It works, and just knock it out one at a time. Okay.
Okay.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. I hope it didn't sound like I'm talking down to anybody. You guys know it's all coming from love. Right?
No. I told you that all the time. I say I want to hear what you think. Of my conversation, and good or bad, I want to hear it because that's how I learn.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had some great people, teach me and show me a lot of different things and push me in areas that it's like, I was like, in my head thinking like, come on, man, you keep talking down to me like I'm some little kid, like I don't know anything. Right. But in reality, I was a student. That person was a teacher. So that person could say whatever they wanted to say to me. And I was grateful that that person was spending the time to show me those things. True. So I have to check my own ego. And that's what I respect about both of you, is that regardless of how much experience, how wise you are, how much you know about life and everything, that you keep an open mind and know that maybe there may be one thing that I'm doing or that I can share that could help you make your business easier. That's the whole point of this. We're going to spend time together. We all got to get better. I want to see Silver kicking ass. I want to see Leslie kicking ass. Obviously, I want to see you all doing it on this team, right? But period, as friends, I want to see everybody thriving. And it's awesome to hear you did your photos. You got your heights listing. Kick ass with that, you know what I mean? And get the next one, and get the next one, and just get that momentum going before the rest of the heavy hitters, right? Stop collecting their unemployment and start working, right? Get it rolling, man.
Yep. Well, you know what? And I thank you for your time. You know,
course,
I know it's time that we take away from your family or from your business, but I want to sincerely thank you for your time and you know, your training and your sincerity of, you know, sharing with us, you know, stuff about business. So thank you.
Thank you for saying that. And because I like to see action, I like to see results. Show me the results. That's how I know you're grateful. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing I got to say with Leslie is she shows me the results, and it inspires me when I see Leslie doing what she's doing. And same thing with you as well. So just keep doing good, keep taking care of yourself and pushing yourself, and just suck it up, man. And I know it's tough. I know there's a lot of other things we want to do. You can party, you can have a good time. You know, I know, bro, the bars are open. There's no reason why you're not prospecting again, Silver. You know, I know how you pull your business together.
I know. I got to go to the bars and get some listings over there.
That's what I'm saying. Protect your liver, right? You don't need to drink. You can have like a club soda, right? But get your butt back to the bar and do what you do. Get back to your, you know, that's it. When I say that 80%, spend 80% of the time in your strength zone, right? Now, these calls have not been any of our strength zones, but are you a little bit better, Silver, at it than you were 2 months ago? Just a little?
Oh, yeah. No. I take, like you say, I take little pieces here and there of what you say, you know, and that's why, you know, I like these meetings.
Yeah. Well, Russ too. And then same with you, Leslie. Do you feel better on the phone than you did?
Yeah.
Well,
way better. It feels better. It's not, I don't even know if I'm actually doing everything right, you know, but at this point I do know that it's a lot better than, especially when we started a year ago.
It's not about doing everything right. It's about just getting better every time. And every situation, there's a lesson, right? So we get better through trial and error and continuing to do. And that's one thing you've been fearless about. So just keep engaging. But getting back to the point that John C. Maxwell says, spend 80% of the time in your strength zone. So you guys are making this your strength zone, which is awesome. It wasn't a strength zone before, but spend 80% of your time in your strength zone doing what you're good at. Keep that confidence up, right? Keep getting better and better. And for Silver, the bars is your strength zone. That's what I've joked about. But you're a people person. You like to socialize. You like to get together with people so you can still have fun, but make it count and pull business from it and talk to people and crack those eggs open and be interested in people. Don't be pushing yourself with real estate. You don't need to. You just need to go in there and care about other people and be interested. Be curious. Be interested. Ask some questions. They're going to ask you about the market. What is it that you do? Really, what's happening in the market? Wow, you guys are that busy? That is awesome. I had no idea. And these are people that got deep pockets that I'm calling about a poker party. Literally, I called an old buddy and I was just like, hey, you going to that poker party, right? The diaper poker party? In a second, what's happening in the market? I was like, well, you know, it's actually cranking. Really, it is? Wow. And then I started sharing a couple stories. Next thing you know, I just had a prospect and called. This is just an old friend of mine who's connected, who's got a lot of money, who's got a nice home in the Heights, and he's hearing what's going on in the market. He's probably going to refi, but it doesn't matter. We're talking real estate. And now I may recruit his wife to get back into the real estate market again, you know, which he wants to do. So no matter what, it was a simple call to have fun and turns into a real estate call. You do that every day, start staying connected. You guys, it's crazy what the potential is right now. So this should be still our biggest year ever if we do the right things right now. So that's the last thing I'm going to say. I'm done.
No, you're right. This could be a good year, even though we're starting, you know, kind of late because of this crisis, but still a lot of opportunities.
Remember, the playing field has been leveled out. If anything, we have an advantage, but we need to capitalize on it. So Let's hear some good things for our next call next week, guys. So when we get back on next Monday, I want to hear a new escrow if we can from both of you guys. That'd be awesome, right? You got your new list.
Or like 5.
Hey, go for 5. But at least one new escrow. You're still showing that property, the Bell Canyon person. I saw your video.
Right. So
Nice.
I'm still working with it. My buyer's still contemplating on answering the multiple counter offer. It looks like the other offer was really low, or else they would have already been in escrow. So yeah, just still working with that one.
Cool.
And then I have to call the lady from the mobile home in Simi Valley right now.
Okay.
So
well, lock those up. I mean, you're doing good prospecting, but when you have stuff like that, and that's what Ken used to tell me and kind of check me, I'd be spending time on other prospects. Like, dude, what are you doing? You got money right there at the manufactured home. You got this $1 million+ buyer. Get them in escrow. Get them listed, right? That's why we do all the prospecting. When you have that in front of you, lock that up.
Get it done.
So that's your focus right there. Lock those up. Get them. Make it your goal. Write it in your goal. Don't say, I hope. Say, I will take this manufactured home listing this week, this Friday, right? And tell yourself that and come up with a game plan of how you're going to execute that. What questions do I need to know? Where's she at? What's her motivation level? You don't ask for that, but through your questions, you find out what the motivation is, find out how to get them there. Then you got this person you're seeing today that's $1 million potential listing, right? Or you're trying to set that appointment up. Don't worry about having all the answers yet. Set the appointment up. If you want to ask a couple questions, you can, but I wouldn't do it. I just set the appointment up, make it easy, what works best with your time, get your foot in the door. Then when you get your foot in the door, call me up before then, and we'll come up with a list of questions, okay? Sound good?
Perfect.
All right.
Thank you, Brennan.
So Leslie, is this good for our coaching session, or do you still want to talk later on today?
That's fine. I know you're busy. We'll leave it for next Monday.
We're still going to try to do tentative at 3:00. Okay. If I can do it, we'll do it really quick. But I tried to share a lot of training and coaching on this for the group. Okay.
Okay. Even if we do it for like 30 minutes.
Okay. Because I know
catch up.
Yeah, but I know you got a lot of good stuff, so we need to get it solidified.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Brendan.
No problem. Nice job, guys. Good seeing you. Let's kill it this week, guys.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Good seeing you, Silver.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.